We're proud to host John Gasca of Stua. Solo tengo un amor. I only have one love.
You have more than one, I guess.
We have many loves. But we at Design Within Reach, we love the brand. We love the family history. And we are very, very proud to be the exclusive retailer in North America.
Good.
So please join me in welcoming John Gasca.
Thank you. Thank you, Susie. You are the best. This is not a presentation. I had to put a name to the presentation but I don't do this usually. So Stua makes furniture, but we don't sell it. It's people we try to make such beautiful or attractive products that they sell on their own, so we don't have to go and sell them. So Stua is a family company that my father founded 30 years ago. And since then, we have been creating a collection of furniture which is extremely short. We have very, very, very few pieces. So we have like 12, 14 pieces of furniture in between there. We are launching a couple now, so it's going to be 14 now. But it's a very small collection of furniture. It's my mother, so it's really a family company. This is my sister. She's the CEO of the company now. And this is the factory. And it's one of the key things is that we design the things ourselves. My father is a designer. I help him sometimes, or quite often. We are a factory ourselves. So it's like a small group of people that from the idea to the final product, everything is inside Stua. So we control pretty much everything that happens with the product, with the quality, with the service, with everything. And another of the nice things about Stua is that we are never looking for the cheapest fabric or the cheapest whatever. We always buy any material in Europe or America. We have like 3 or 4 suppliers from America. And most of them are in Europe. So, or steel is from Sweden, or fabrics are from Denmark, or leather is from Spain, or polypropylene is from Holland. The wood is from France very often, or from Spain, two sources, and Germany too. So the steel comes from two different places. So we are producers ourselves. We are a team of about 30 people. And so there is one person responsible for every product. So that's nice. So this is the gentleman who is responsible for AGOA, for Onda. So I'm going to try to explain to you product by product some ideas that we have. How did the products happen or how things were born. After 30 years, we have just 4 chairs. We only have 4 chairs. I'm going to start with that because maybe those are the most appealing products that we usually have. People ask me sometimes, where does the inspiration come to make a chair or something like this? So you never know where inspiration comes from, but we wanted to create a chair that was light, but light for the weight, but light also for the eye. So one of the shapes that makes you feel like something is light is a balloon. Globus means balloon in Latin. So we look for this shape, and it's like we wanted to create something that it's like almost going up, no? So we were able to create this shape, which is quite special. It's not the typical shape of a bag, but gives personality, and it's based on something. So that's one part of the chair. Another of the part of the chairs is that, for instance, my grandmother, I don't know, you know the fashion designer Balenciaga? He's from San Sebastian, so this is my grandmother with him. So my grandmother would be the mannequin of Balenciaga. So Balenciaga would make the dresses on her body, and he would tear off parts of the fabric, and so she was working with him. So one of the things that Balenciaga always said was that the detail has to be in the back, never in the front. So about dressing up in a dress, the detail should be in the back. This is the back of a dress, for instance, from Balenciaga. So whenever we design something in Stua, we focus a lot in the back. I don't know why is maybe this is the reason, I don't know. But my grandmother was always telling us this. Maybe the detail has to be in the back so that it doesn't fight the face, which is the most important part of a person. So every product that we do, you will see, we focus a lot on the back of the product. So we did this hull to the chair. Well, you all know the Globus chair, but so that you know a little bit more. So we know why we have the shape. We know how we focus, why we did focus on the back. And we did this hull so that the chair would not be like a solid volume. So this makes everything lighter, but also it's like a handle. So it's a very light chair, but you don't have to bend to take it. You just take it, you grab it like this. So we are making a handle without making a handle, which is nice. So in restaurants, for instance, or at home, you can move the chair from one place to another, and you feel comfortable. It's like a human scale thing, and it makes the chair nicer, probably. Another of the features of the chair is that when you sit on the chair, it's extremely evolving. The back is so curved that it's very evolving, and it makes the comfort super nice. That's it. So, well, here you see the new, I think you have already seen the new lacquered colors we have created. They are very, very vibrant, very beautiful. These shots were made in Stanford in the Design Within Reach studio. This is the Milwaukee Art Museum. Another of the points is that sometimes we can have a stainless steel frame and polypropylene, so this makes the chair completely indestructible because it's super strong, and it can be used outdoor. So even under the water, in the coast of Mali, under the snow. This is Rob Forbes' house. You know Rob Forbes? He's the founder of Design Within Reach. I'm going somewhere else now. 12 years ago, year 2000, I think, Rob came to Valencia to a local furniture fair, and he came and said, okay, I'm Rob from Design Within Reach, and I want to buy your products. And we said, we don't sell to catalogs. We decline, okay? And he said, okay, have a look at the catalog. It was the first issue or second issue, and we opened and said, okay, this is something different. Before, the catalogs were not like the Design Within Reach catalog. Your catalog is completely outstanding from the industry. So overall, we started a relation in a minute. I mean, 5 minutes later, we were already working. And this has been growing over the period of 12 years. And at some point, you became the biggest Stua dealer in the world. So we were very happy with you, and you seem to be happy with us. So I said, okay, how can I make the people of DWR feel more comfortable with Stua? How can I make that I don't want to start to work with another company, because we had many people knocking on our doors saying, I want to buy a Stua in the US. I said, I think I have such a good partner. Why should I spoil this relation with someone else selling Stua? If I marry them, maybe they will marry me. So we decided to give you the exclusivity to DWR so that nobody else can sell Stua in the US. I think this is good for you, because whenever you push one Stua product, you know nobody else is going to sell it in another shop or another website or whatever. So it's been quite a period like this, but we also feel proud because we come to the studios and we see our furniture very well represented, and the figures are great, and we feel good. Okay. So about the company, we always try to, we have very few pieces of furniture, so we have to invent things to make them alive, to bring life to the products. So this Christmas, we will try to launch a fairy tale with furniture as main roles. I've never seen well, I don't know. I don't know many things about fairy tales, but we try to get children involved in furniture. People in Spain, they are obsessed with many things which are not related to culture. So if we can put a little bit of design culture in the children, that's good. So that's it. So gas chair. Gas chair is very important for us. It's probably the favorite product for my father, the most beloved one. Okay, so he wanted to create a chair that was made of mesh, so that when you would sit on the chair, you would feel like you were sitting almost on air, on nothing. The most light, the most transparent. So for a long time, he was working on how can I hold a mesh in a nice way. We didn't know how to make it technically. And this took 14 years. Thinking about how can we make the gas chair happen took 14 years. How we know that? Because when we made the prototypes, we had one roll of mesh. And when we had to produce the real chairs later, we had to go back and buy another roll of mesh, and we couldn't find the invoice. And we went back in time until it was 14 years before that we bought the previous roll of mesh. Wow. So between the first roll of mesh and the second, 14 years had gone by. That's thinking about one chair is a lot of time. But finally, I think we did something nice. So instead of doing something cheap in plastic or something like that, my father wanted to create something that would be the most beautiful aluminum frame he could create at that time. So this chair is from year 2000, and we have the side chair like here. We have the armchair too, and now we are launching the task chair, which is it's going to be really good for you. So the task chair uses the same frame, the same seat, and the same back shapes, but we have created this base that I think looks super slim, nice. It's smaller than the average. It's not as big as other ones because usually it's not a very the task chair for an office. It's for a home office or a meeting room or a conference room, things like that. One of the things of the gas chairs, of all the gas chairs, is that you can have mesh like it was originally designed. You can have polypropylene, you can have upholstery in fabric or in leather, or now we are launching some eco leather, which is very, very high quality. So, well, here you have, this is like a set of the Stua office with dining table and so on. So one of the things that I like about the gas chair is that it's not very pretentious. It doesn't have a very high back. It's very subtle, but it has a very contemporary feeling from my point of view. So here you have like a meeting room with the gas chair. And one of the key things of the comfort of the gas chair is that the back has two different curves. So it evolves you in the back, but it also gives you this shape, which is very important for feeling comfortable. And the seat also has some decline, so you really feel like you get into it. It's like it holds you really well. And, well, obviously, when you have casters and arms, it's perfect. So that's it. So we go ahead, and this is a small story, pretty nice. We are not very famous. Some companies have been here for 100 years. They are super famous. They got recognition over the time. We are a very small company, pretty new in the States, only 1 decade. So we wanted to create like a signature, like a stamp, like officially approved thing. There is nothing that says officially approved, but something that would say, oh, look, Stua is good enough or good, or I don't know. So we approached the Guggenheim Museum so that if they would like to have our products inside the museum, and they agreed it. So we were able to have our furniture not only supplied to them, but we had such a good communication with them that they even allow us to use the name and to photograph in their space. So it's not only a thing of being proud, because we are super proud of being there. It's in one of the most iconic buildings in the world by Frank Lloyd Wright. It's the feeling that not only design people can understand it, but even from other worlds like art can understand our collection, and it fits the best contemporary architecture you can find. So it's, for us, it's like a approval. Okay, you can get in the States. The most important thing about Gastro is to experience the comfort, try to sit on it, okay? This is one of the first chair that we designed. It's a very, very special chair because it does move. It's a chair that it's moving. So one of the nice things about a Goa chair is that it's hinged. So the whole frame is like a spring. So there is no springs in here. There is no springs in here. It's just one huge spring. Okay, so this gives this comfort. The best way to sell this chair is to let people try the chair because this comfort is unique. And I find it especially appealing for dining tables because you have lunch, but lunch is 5 minutes. But talking after lunch is usually it's quite longer. So being with your friends and having this chair is great, I think, from my point of view. Another issue is that, not issue, another point is that the Institute of the Health of the Back, which is in Oslo, wanted one chair for the hospital. So it's people who are sick in the back, and they are from Norway. They focused on trying to select a chair that would be good for the back. And one of the good things about this chair is that it doesn't give you one position for the back. When you sit, you have different positions. So they selected this chair because they wanted to have one chair that would allow this. So we are lucky to have not the order of 200 chairs, is that it's very meaningful that this chair is good for the back because even people who are doctors for that approve it. So it's good, I think. So this is a Goa chair. So one of the nice things about this chair, this one is not my father who designed it. It's this gentleman who is very special. What is he doing now? This is nothing to do with the Stua, but it's very beautiful. So you know how many children in Africa have bombs and they are handicapped, so they can't walk. But if you are in Africa and you have been damaged by a bomb, I don't think you have money to buy a wheelchair, like they are super expensive. So he's like making a school of how can you take a very cheap whatever chair, like this one is in wood, this one is in plastic, this one is another one, and wheels of bicycles and make a wheelchair for a child. So it's like, okay, it's so meaningful for me that even if this doesn't help you sell any chair, I think this is the kind of things he does. So it's an approach, instead of making a new chair with a new shape, which is what everybody else does, he's trying to think, to design in a very different way. I think this is a great design, to be able to almost from nothing, to be able to create a chair that is going to help real people to live a little bit better. Another of his projects was, making wheelchairs that would go into the sea. So someone in a wheelchair could swim out of his own wheelchair without the help of anybody. So that's super nice too, because it's like giving freedom to, that's it. You have a Goa chair.
Yeah. Spring on it. But.
Yeah. So we are making a new base now for this chair, but we're having a nicer base instead of this one. And the nice thing is that this is like a huge spring. This is nice. And this is like a classic of Spanish design, and we are super successful with it in Spain and Germany. Germans love it. It's very engineerical, so very engineerical things, some German people love it. This is the new base. So far we had a flat base here, but now we created this new base, which is more beautiful. We are going now for the latest product, the latest addition to the Stua collection, which is La Classica chair. So my grandmother, she would not buy one of our chairs so far, metal at home. So she was super cozy, you know, teacups or porcelain. So my father wanted to create a chair that even his mother would buy. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to be designed, or that it's not going to be well designed, or that it's not going to be a lot of attention to detail, but you know, something, you know, warmer. So we knew the name of the chair even if we didn't know the style of the chair. So it's called La Clásica because in our mind it's like the less cutting edge style in our assortment. So he has created this with the same shape of the back of gas chair, because this is the, you know, he calls this paraboloide hiperbolico. So it's like a shape in the space that it's perfect for your back. This is like a secret that I shouldn't be telling, but okay. This is this shape that holds your back very well. This decline in the seat that we have in gas chair, we apply it here to this wooden chair that is completely different to the other one. So one of the key things in this chair is that instead of having a wooden frame underneath the seat, we have this beautiful aluminum piece, super strong, very, very light, very, very thin, that holds everything together. So why is this chair strong? It's because this piece is like a union maker. So it links all the legs together. We can change the seat and have a upholstered seat. We are launching right now. This piece is which allows this thin seat. So when you look at the chair, it looks super light, and this is thanks to this fluid piece underneath the seat. So all the technology is almost hidden under the seat, but there is a lot of work on that. Another of the beautiful things of the chair is that we go from thick to thin seamlessly. So it's this. There are many things going on in here. Another feature is that this is 3D plywood. It's such a bent wood that we can make it with the typical plywood that we can find in other chairs, like the old historical chairs didn't have this type of 3D plywood. It's a plywood that when you take one sheet of, it's like almost like a fabric. So you can make, it's more flexible than any wood that has existed before. And this is a new process. It's been developed in Germany, and a few chairs in the world have this. Okay. So here you can see the upholstered seat on the chair. It fits pretty well with the design. Here are ash chairs. So here you have a white stained chair. This is a wooden seat, and this is a matching table to the chair. This is brand new. You have never seen it. It's not, well, nobody. It was launched last April in Milan. We are just finishing the table, and you will see it. I will show it to you later. This is my house. So Artisjock. I'm very keen on Danish design. So you see so the chairs are always made in ash. This is solid ash. This is plywood ash. This is plywood ash. There is one piece inside of here that lets us make this shape, also in ash. And we make it in natural or stain it in gray, in white, or black. We have plenty of time ahead. In 20 years' time, probably we'll make in solid woods like walnut or whatever. We have time ahead, but we have to go slowly and make them well. So here you see an upholstered seat. You see how well it fits. So this is the fluid piece under the seat. I think it looks great. So it's like whenever the chair is black or gray, we put a black piece under the seat like this. And when the chair is white or natural, we put a white one. So this is Chillida Museum, which is 5 minutes drive from our factory. And they did one event, and I said, can I make pictures there? That was easy. We go ahead with the Nube armchair. This is probably like a sign of what we do. Nube armchair, when you look at the shape, everything outside is flat, okay? And everything in contact where we sit is curved. And this is like what we think about in Stua. Everything that we do, we try to be very human. So whenever we are going to make a surface for sitting, it's always curved. The body is never flat. So we never design a flat foam or a flat something. We always try to follow the contour of the body. So here is like an example where we have the darker upholstery in the flat areas, and in everything that is curved, we make it lighter. Another, here you can see obviously the same thing of the ideas of Balenciaga of showing the back of the armchair. Instead of having a very, like a block, usually upholstery pieces would have, this would be just like a volume with a flat surface. But we emptied everything in the back, so this bubble goes out. So what usually is the ugliest part of one upholstery piece becomes the nicest, which is, I think, you give something else than any regular piece of upholstery. Another thing is that if we make this piece with a light color, the light goes under the piece of furniture and it enlightens the space. So this is nice, I think. This is the leather one. These are Divina Melange fabric from Denmark, which is a felt. It's very nice, but very warm for LA. One of the nice things of this armchair is that the colors work super well with it. It's very good for vibrant colors. You can always link the armchairs. So there is a linking system here that you can link the armchairs. So there would be like, if there is another armchair here, we could have a metal ring here and a screw here, and you can fix them, just in case. And the table. Nube is, okay, we always try to put very things that mean something. So when we were designing, this is, Nube means cloud, sky cloud, okay? So it was like a cloud cut in 4 pieces, and then we get 4 armchairs. Well, crazy things. Sometimes I spend more time thinking about the name rather than thinking about the product. It's a joke, but you know, I always like names that are. This is it's a very light armchair, so I wanted to a light name, and very often we use very nature-related names. So also for elegant colors. This is Sarah Morris fabric. You have been very successful selling these chairs. This is an example of what it was not our idea. It was Caitlin that suggested doing them, because I would never have the same fabric in the whole armchair, but it fits well. So why not? And this is an inverse. I'm having examples of we go from the original idea of having the light color in the lower part. Here is the dark, but I think the armchair looks good too, the inverse armchair. This is John Edelman's house. So these are like, you see, like instead of having a volume, you see the shapes are nice from the back. This is the lobby of one office in Dublin, and the same thing. I think it's the nice thing about this product is that it makes like all the walls are flat always. So it makes like it's a perfect match between people. It's a piece of furniture between people and the architecture. It fits both, so that's nice. And again, we have a very big importance for the back. In the other one, we also had the back is important because we emptied the bubble, which is super expensive to produce, but it looks nicer. And here is the same. This armchair was specially thought so that it could separate 2 atmospheres in one room. So usually armchairs, the chair has casters in the front so that you can take them anywhere. I'm doing silly things now. So one of the things is that we wanted to create a bag that would look nice so that the cushion would not fall. So this is like a room divider. So you have the dining area over there, and you have the lounge area here. So this is nice because it separates. This should never go against a wall. You know, it's not supposed to be against a wall. That would be very sad for me. So, and it has casters in the front, and it has a wonderful comfort. It's declining the seat, and it's quite hard. It's not very soft, but it's very long-lasting. So that's the idea behind. And we have a sofa and a single armchair. This is a hotel in the Mediterranean, so it's very, very nice. This is with cognac leather in walnut. I think it looks good. And this is a Richard Neutra. This photography is from the DWR catalog. It's from Richard Neutra House. I don't know if you know this picture before. And we come across to the Onderstoel. So Onderstoel is, well, you are selling Onderstoels like crazy. This is a 100% my father's design. He came with everything finished almost in a drawing. It was so impactful. Everybody said, yes, this is the stool we need to do. So we have this. This is like a shell, let's say. This is a shell. And what my father wanted was to add like this rubber seat. It's not rubber, but rubbery feeling seat, and with a contour. So it's a bit smaller than the seat. So you see a line all around the shape of the stool. So it's very graphic. So you can see the shape of the wave. Well, this is like a wave, and wave in Spanish is onda. So you can see the shape very graphically, even if it's white. So here we have the lower one in white. Here we have an office in Dublin with them. We use them very often in the kitchens. So this is the brown one with the stone color seat, which is very beautiful and very elegant. This is the Guggenheim Museum as it is now. They made first order, and they made an addition later because the cafe was very successful. So here you can see how the shape works. I think it's really good. Obviously, the seat is turning. We have 3 different heights. And we have a stainless steel frame if you want. So we can go outdoor. So it's one of the few stools that can go outdoor, which is nice, I think. That's it. The tables I will go quickly through them because the tables are not sexy. There are no curves. This is the first product that we created. It's 30 years old. 30 years is quite a long time. But the table doesn't look aged at all. It looks like it was designed 3 weeks ago by someone else. So I think it's a super slim, very, very thin aluminum frame. Here we have one. So this is super thin. This is super thin. This is super thin. But thanks to the shape, like the L shape, the stool is strong. So, it's very engineerical. It looks like super simple. There are many things going inside, but the table. So we can have from a very small stool to a very large table with the same engineering pieces. Okay. So here you can see. For me, the upper view is the best one to understand the table. It's very beautiful with glass. It's made of anodized aluminum. It's empty inside, so there is nothing in here. Just one shape that makes everything together. And it always has like some plastic feet so that it never damages the floor of the house. Okay. So when this is anodized aluminum and stainless steel screws. This means that all the frames can go outdoor. Glass can go outdoor. So all the any Deneb table could go outdoor. The one with glass, the one with HPL, this is new, and the one with teak. They can all go outdoor. Now we are doing many projects where it's not only about working. You need free time to be able to work. So they use them outdoor of the offices. We always try to make when we make chairs, we try to make them with very strong personality. But tables, we always think that they have to be more subtle so that they don't fight each other. So if you look at our product of our tables, tables are quite boring compared to the chairs or the armchairs or whatever. So we are more careful. Zero table is we say it's zero design. So there is nothing special about the table. It's just a simple, restrained, everything circle table. So we take attention about the details of the edge. The column is special, it's thick and big and solid and matte, and the base. So it's like very subtle, very discreet. We sell hundreds. Maybe the reason is that there's not many things going on the table. We have the wooden top, like this. We have the HPL top, which is brand new. Here we have the new colors for the Globus. They are super beautiful. Here we have a very large rectangular table. This is a special. This is the HPL tabletops in the Guggenheim. This is like this high. So maybe Caitlin is thinking that she might bring it into the assortment because, yeah, it's good. So, well, there's a project we have been doing. This is like Athens before the crisis. They made a beautiful museum. They had a horrible museum for the Acropolis. So this is the new museum of the Acropolis. It's super beautiful. They have hundreds of zero tables, thousands of glass chairs, all in leather. And these are the glass zero tables. So very nice. So we launched the La Classica chair, but we didn't have exactly matching table to this chair. So my father has made this table to match La Classica chair. I think La Classica, I know, is going to be very important for us. It's just launched for us, so we just been a few months making deliveries about it. So he likes to feel comfortable. He doesn't want to say, okay, you can put it against another product from another vendor. He wants to have his own collection that makes sense. So he created this table, and this is a little bit like what my father thinks about design. So here you can see everything about the table. Nothing is really very difficult in this table, nothing is very sophisticated, but the table has, you see that the leg is not straight, it's a little bit like an angle, but you see, this is the tabletop, okay? So you see how the leg follows the contour of the tabletop? So the leg comes like this, and this is like a small piece that makes the tabletop feel like it's one piece. It's not one piece really, but you know, for the eye, you have the feeling that everything makes a very coherent, you have this word? Very coherent linking, okay? And I think it's, like the inclination of the legs is the same. It's like, for me, it's like a perfect match. Here you can see how the two products integrate one with the other. And you don't have this table yet. We just launched it. We just finishing the finishes. So it's going to be great, white, and natural, and a few sizes. One of the more discreet products from the Stua collection is the Summa table. So this is like a stool where you can actually sit. This is a tray, so you can bring your dinner in front of your sofa, and you can put your feet on the stool, on the poof. You can put the tray on the poof, and everything makes a table. So it's like 4 things in one product only. So maybe you will bring, if Caitlin decides that she likes it, she might be bringing it to the assortment. So here you see the stool. There is a canvas underneath the tray, and the tray is independent. So when I'm 45 now, so like 18 years ago, there was a fax. It was not the time of emails yet. Museum of Modern Art in New York. We are a small museum in New York. We like design. And we would like to buy John Gasca's coffee table. I said, when I say that, I can retire. I mean, it's like, it's so overwhelming to think that they wanted to have the table, so they bought many of these. So, well, this is like the natural ash finish for the chair is the same one for the. One thing that I didn't mention about La Classica chair is that we have focused a lot on having a very matte finish, very woody. Is it correct to say woody? Woody finish to the frame, so that Some people ask me, oh, you didn't paint the chair, you forgot. No, we didn't. They are all painted, okay? Well, painted. Yeah, exactly. They are stained. So this gives this natural touch of wood feeling. I think it's important. We have done a wooden chair, so we want that people feel it's wood. So the gray, the white stain, and this one are, you hear this? It's a wooden noise. So I think that's nice. The same for the small coffee table.
So the chairs, they're all sealed too?
It's sealed, yeah. But it looks like it's not, but it is. So you can clean them, fingerprints will go off. I mean, but I think it's nice that after you have such a natural looking chair, you feel it too with your fingers. So we go to one of the most successful products we have. It's unbelievable. This was like in between. We were creating La Classica chair, and we were spending so much time making La Classica that we said, okay, let's make something simple, quick, non-difficult. Maybe we didn't really have a set of coffee tables. So, but instead of making the typical coffee table, which is a square, one table under the other, we made these very organic shapes. In the beginning, the inspiration came from dishes. You know, when you put one dish on top of that, on top of another, you see a shade around it. That's nice. And somewhere on there, said, okay, we could make some tables that go out. And then immediately we changed the shape so that they would be different one to the other. Here you can see them as a coffee table. This is the Maritime Hotel in New York. So these are the white ones. So we have 4 different heights, 4 different shapes. They are all different. And it's a very simple product. It's just a flat surface with a straight feet. You can't go more simple. It always has only 3 legs because this way the table will always be a stable. If it had 4, maybe it would. So we did make the most simple product that we could. And you cannot believe how many people have been inspired by these Eclipse tables to make a different sets. So, but it really did change the concept of nesting tables to many people. This is one of my favorite layouts because here you can see the 4 sizes and the 4 finishes in one image. I think it's a great product. But again, we are so successful. We would never believe that we would sell so many coffee tables. Nobody buys 100 coffee tables. They always buy 1 or 2. But it's good. This is a table that we are working on now. This is the latest project. It's not launched yet, but it's a high adjustable table. So it would have 2 positions, like coffee table or standard table. And it's going to be pretty big. So like 4 people could have lunch on it. The idea behind is that this is a smaller, okay? But the biggest we can have is like this. But so imagine you don't have a space. I don't know, houses are big in LA, in California, I guess. But in Spain, apartments are tiny. And people don't have many space to have many tables, 1 coffee table. So it's like 1 additional table that you push 1 button and it goes up. And you can have a dining height table. We are working on that. So we go to the storage. I will go quickly through this. This is the Atlas. It's one of the most difficult pieces of furniture that we do. It's very, very difficult. It took us like 2 years to have them finished. This was launched 20 years ago. So it's all 1 aluminum sheet, like a paper sheet, but it's 3 millimeters thick of aluminum that goes around 2 sides of panel. So everything inside is aluminum too. So here you see the wooden panels that look very discreet, and all this is aluminum. So it's a very versatile piece of furniture. You can use it as a bedside table. You can use it in your restroom because it's aluminum, so it can take water. Here you can see next to a table, I think it's called table pedestal or something like this. You can have a filing cabinet if you want. You can have a tray so that you can leave your phone or whatever on top of that. You have a key so you can lock the first drawer. You know, you have different options. They have casters if you want. They always come with feet, but you can have additional casters, which is nice, I think. And the Sapporo. The Sapporo is a very good seller, an amazing system. We created it because we were moving our factory from an old premises to a new building that we did. And I said, okay, I will go to buy some storage unit. And my father said, no. We designed something. We designed something for us, and if it's good, we sell it. So we did something. We like clean things, very white, obviously. So so we designed this unit. So it's like this would be one unit. So we sell two things: the base on the top and the body units. So you can buy, if you want to make this bigger, you just get rid of the top, you put a new body unit, and you put the top again. So you can increase your system or decrease your system or separate in two. So it gives a lot of flexibility. It solves most of the problems, so you can have almost everything inside, from dishes to filing binders, or I don't know how you say that. You can have any type of material inside. So they are super versatile. And then you have the sliding doors that help it look nice. You have transparent, frosted, or natural. And natural, you can, I think this is a great idea, that you can have, one door is two doors. Okay. Sapporo, this is my home. Now we have the cable management. I don't know if you have seen that. You can buy them with holes in the back, so that the DVD plug-in goes out this way and so on, like this. Okay, this is like a large layout with black plexiglass doors. This is nice. One of the things about Sapporo, okay, nobody knows that this is MDF, this is MDF, this is not MDF. If you touch it, it's a little bit colder. This is this big aluminum beam. So even if we have a lot of weight here, the shelf will never bend, because there is a very, very strong aluminum beam that will prevent this from happening. Because imagine we have a lot of weight here. If there is like bend, most of the furniture, you put a lot of weight on it, they do bend because the weight makes the wood deform. But we could not let this happen, because otherwise the lower door would not slide. So we need to be certain that this will never bend. So we had to make this beam. This is a very important detail, because otherwise the doors would not work. And the beams are always there, even if you don't put weight. So here you have the red doors. Here you have a higher one with glass. And these are our offices. This is how we started them. And the last product that I'm going to explain. Okay, we were in Spain, at least. We have a very big problem. It's the noise in the restaurants, the noise in the offices. So also the lighting is not very good. So I hate to go to a place where it's very noisy and you can't talk to your partner. So we have created, with the shape of Eclipse nesting tables, we have created an acoustic panel. There is a foam inside that it's noise absorbing, and then a fabric from Quadrat, which is called Remix, which is very good for that. So these are the sets that we make. So here, as you can see, we have two different, one is closer to the wall and the other one is a little bit more separated. And you can mix them, and you can make any layout. So we could have them here. So this is a set of 4, but if you put 2, you could mix them. So you can make, you can be creative, you can make a very elegant layout, or you can be more crazy, or you can go to colors. So interior designers can feel very, or private people can feel very, okay, this is what I want to do here. You can make like an explosion, or you can make like a line, and it reduces the noise of the room, and it allows you to be creative. That's nice. So here we have a set of 3 of the acoustic panels. So the gray one that has 4, the beige, and the brown. So with this, for instance, hotel rooms, instead of having an artwork, can have this, which is cheaper, by the way. But, and they reduce the noise of the room, which is nice. So that's all about the collection. I just want to show you a couple more things. All the products from Stua are in 3D. I don't know if you ever get requests for that, but if you're going to create, or somebody wants to create interior design in 3D, all the products are in 3D, so these are all renders of projects with Stua products. So you can ask for that. And I don't know if you have ever been to the Stua website, stua.com. It's easy. This is the main page. If you go here to press, you access this page. And this is the press releases from Stua. So it's like the database of the Stua images. And if you click here, you access the main page, which has like more than between 1,000 to 2,000 images of every product. So you have the gas side chair, the gas armchair, the gas tax chair, and you see here, downloading high resolution. So you click there and you can have what does it look like? So every finish is described like this in the website. So that's a lot. So I think this is the Stua team. It's after 3 years ago, there is one award, design award in Spain, which is like the Premio Nacional de Diseño, which is the biggest design award that you can win. And our company got it 2 years ago, and my father was with the king and the prince. So it's like the best recognition to 30 years of work creating this small design line. And that's all. Finished.